Audio's going. Video's going.
How do we want to... Do you want to intro it, or do we just improv?
Improv. So, back at y'all with the formal pod. I feel like it's been a while since we did this.
Last pod of the year, too.
True. Very
2023 is closed out with this pod. I don't know when I'm releasing it. It's out now because you're watching and / listening. But,
True.
So we figured out a day. But yeah, a lot's happened since the last time we recorded this podcast. So we have a lot
of the industry is melting on itself right now.
But besides that, in the good news, the Game Awards happened. We did our stream this year. We had about 20 to 25 people in the chat as our maximum viewers. And it was a consistent 15 the whole time. So pretty good.
It's pretty good
for this year for us. Appreciate you all for being there. Appreciate everybody who won the giveaways. If you got your shit, put it in the fucking Discord because obviously. What else has happened since then that is just general stuff to get out of the way?
I don't know. Not a lot. The Game Awards is kind of like a big deal. And then we kind of just was riding that for a little bit. Because I think in the meantime, and we'll get to it in the news, it's just been a lot of headlines.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And this news section isn't going to be what the news is for the future. But we didn't really have the time to do that before the end of the year. So
no, we're wrapping up the year, and we're going to start off with a bang with the way the new stuff that we're going to. We'll keep you posted on it.
Tuned in or whatever. Yeah. But
we also are keeping it how we talked about. I think we let y'all in on before. It'd be a pretty streamlined episode. If you got used to the 2.5 hour episodes of the past, I don't think you're going to get any more of those.
We're going to try and drop that down a little bit, maybe to an hour.
Yeah.
Hour and a little change, but nothing more than that, hopefully.
Right, for sure.
Just so we can get the best product out to you guys.
Yeah.
And I guess with all that being said,
it's time to start the show.
Start the fucking show.
Yeah.
Theme music plays, blah, 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 blah. Level up, and welcome back to another podcast episode of the Save Before Quitting podcast, the final one of 2023.
Yeah.
A monumental year in gaming, and
hell yeah.
Can't even imagine what next year is going to be like. But until then, I'm joined by my lovely co-host, Ant.
Hey, and I'm here and I'm lovely, and that's Chris.
I'm Chris.
He's also lovely. Look at him. Look at him be lovely over there.
We could do this for 20 minutes.
That could be the whole show.
We're going to make this podcast so much streamlined for 30 minutes. Fucking sound like Muppets. If you want to follow us, you can follow us all over on social media, over on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube at the tag at @SaveBeforeQuitting.
Titty.
The Titty Gang. It's an acronym for you motherfuckers.
Yeah. If it's your first time here, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, YouTube, Titty.
TikTok, the T's are one.
Yeah.
It's one word.
It's one word. 2 capital T's, but one word.
Yes. But you can also send us an email, savebeforequitting, fully spelled out, .com, at gmail.com, rather. If you want to send us an email, any thoughts, concerns, dick pics. That's a thing that happens.
That is a thing that happens. Try to be a little light on that. Go easy on us. But be
a little on that.
You can send us snail mail at nowhere. What the fuck is wrong with you? It's 2023. Don't do that.
And then
Weirdo.
Also Patreon, we do 2 extra podcasts a month, a little bit of behind the scenes, a little bit of just our shit going on in our lives.
We were supposed to do that yesterday.
We were supposed to do that yesterday.
I'm literally just remembering that in this moment right now.
I got really high last night, though, so I'm really glad we didn't. Because if you would have messaged me at 8 o'clock, yo, you ready to record? I was just catatonic in my chair.
Oh, man. I was busy as shit last night. I'm sitting here oh, yeah.
Well, it's the holiday season. We're always busy.
True.
But you know what we're not busy enough for? Is playing games. And I've been playing a shit ton.
Sometimes you are. I played some. I got some stuff.
Well, then I got to ask you.
Yeah.
What did you play this week? Or the past 2 weeks, I guess. I don't know how I guess we gotta change that, huh?
Oh yeah, well, we
What
can
did you change?
It can still be. It can still be. What did you play this week?
This bye week. It's a fortnight. 2 weeks.
It is a.
What did you play this fortnight?
I don't like that. I've been dabbling a little bit into the post game of Mario RPG remake because they have been in this version of it. They've added it's kind of like New Game Plus where you can refight bosses in a hard mode, get new weapons, new power ups and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So I've done a little bit of that, not really a whole lot of it because I beat the main thing. So I'll just you know how you kind of set the table on something. All right, that was great.
Yeah.
While there is post game, I'm not as adamant. I'm kind of good. But I dabbled in that a little bit. But I've jumped back to Sea of Stars. Nice. I'm 35 hours into it. I think the time to beat on that game was less than that. So it's for me, I think I said it on this podcast before. I'm there was 4 times in this game where you could have ended it there and I would have been damn, that was crazy. But they keep throwing twists at you no, it keeps going because now this happened.
But wait, there's more.
Yeah, it's a lot of that. Yeah. Still great, still fun. I'm just ready to beat it. It's a great time. And even the newer things, I'm oh shit, this is crazy. And I hinted at it before where there's a huge character shift and someone is gone now that you kind of see coming, but it was still damn, they did that to him. But so you think, all right, cool. Mm-hmm. The rest of the game is going to be for him, let's end it. And it kind of builds up to a point where I was all right, this is the end. Mm-hmm. Wasn't. And so then a new character is introduced. I'm just this far in, while that's dope, I didn't need another character to join my party. Whatever, though. Whatever. We've seen this in RPGs before. Looking at you, Chrono Trigger. So, say all that to say, I'm trying my best to wrap up Sea of Stars. But that's about it. I haven't played anything else.
Really? That's it? Just those 2?
Did I?
You didn't sneak any games? I don't know. I'm just asking.
I'm about to say that.
I don't know something that you don't.
I was waiting for
I was just curious.
No,
I didn't know.
I don't have anything else.
All right. As far as I go for games, I am in a state of life right now where my schedule is literally just work at home, finish early, and then play games until the next day. Just a variety of shit.
Sounds like a good time.
It kind of is, but it's also just man, I should probably do a thing, a thing that's not that,
Like what?
I don't know. I don't have anything, but you know what I mean? It's one of those thoughts where you're man, I'm playing a lot of games.
So you're not optimizing your time correctly?
Yeah, but I'm there's not really much I'd be doing otherwise.
Honestly, this is the part of the year where I think it's okay to do that.
Yeah, but I've been doing it all year, so it's
See, I tried to give you an out.
Yeah, I don't have one. That's the shit. I want to give myself an out too. Don't have one. I am
understood.
I am cucked when it comes to this situation, but it's fine. One thing I've been playing and I've been no-lifing is Cyberpunk 2077. Mm-hmm. I'm still on my last playthrough. I have the Phantom Liberty ending queued up, so I did it, and then I went back to prior to the save just so I could play the rest of the video game. And now I'm maybe 89% of the way through of the main game shit without the DLC ending. Yeah. So I'm thinking I might not do the DLC ending, and then I'm going to start a new playthrough, but instead of it being an entire playthrough of Cyberpunk, I'm going to do the thing where they give you the option to start right at Phantom Liberty. Mm-hmm. So I think I might do that instead. Just to get a couple different endings, see what else is going on. Just do different things because, I don't know, it'd be fun. Mm-hmm. But other than that, Baldur's Gate 3.
Of course.
Game of the fucking year.
I've been enjoying your snaps of your play-by-play of what's going down.
I started a new playthrough.
Where you tried to resurrect goo.
Yeah, that's... So, first of all, there's multiple levels to why that's embarrassing. So I started a new playthrough that's just my good guy playthrough. Right. I did that in the beginning with Darlik D's. That was my bard. But I thought that I was just too disconnected with how many other playthroughs I've done. So I was I'm just going to start fresh, do the good guy playthrough fresh. I made myself, like literally, like, it's me in the game. So I'm doing it, and we get to this part where pretty much I'm fighting one of the final like bosses, I guess, in the game without spoiling anything. And one of these bosses, they have like a self-destruct situation, like when you get them to a low enough health point.
Okay.
And, you know, you just move out of their radius and then they blow up and you're good. But the main boss was like 4 of the big guys combined.
Right.
So his explosion, when I got him down to a low enough health point, was the entire room.
Beautiful.
And one of my party members was down by the name of Shadowheart. And I'm like, well, I don't have enough time or turns in order to get her up. I gotta get the rest of these motherfuckers out of here and myself. So we leave the room. And once I get the final character out of the room, because you have to go turn-based for every single thing.
Yeah.
It leaves turn-based mode, and I'm finally just able to play again. And all I hear is, Kadoosh!
That can't be good.
And I'm like, uh-oh. So I walk in, and I just see this pile of viscera. And I'm like, oh my god, what the fuck is that? And I hover over it, and it says Shadowheart.
It used to be a person.
It used to be a person. So then I go to use a scroll of Revivify on her, and I find out that apparently you're not supposed to click on the person that you want to revive. You need to click where you want to revive them to.
Oh.
I'm on my 5th playthrough. They have not told me that once.
That game is the game that keeps on giving, man.
Yeah. So that's fine. It was no big deal. I just went back to my camp and was like, there's a guy that shows up called Withers, and like if your characters get fucked, and you can't bring them back, or you don't have Revivify spells, you can just pay him some money and he'll bring them back for you. So I paid him, and I was like, hey, please
do the thing.
Bring this chick back, because not only did she die and I didn't grab any of her stuff that was on her viscera goo because the items don't exist anymore, she had all of my food supply for the game because she was my mule for my food. So I couldn't do rests anymore and get my stuff back.
Man, this game does not give a fuck.
No. But I got her back and we're good. We're moving on. We're moving along in the story.
Good to know.
But it's been a great time in Baldur's Gate. Another one that I've been playing is Wingspan. They just came out with a new expansion, the Oceania expansion, which adds a new food type called Nectar. And it's really cool and good because it works as any food type. So you say you need 2 of the hay. That's for 2 people. Yeah, you know. If you need 2 hay to play a bird, you can use 2 nectar instead. They're like the wild cards, right? But the thing is, at the end of each round, like there's 7 turns per round most of the time, they go away if you didn't use them. So you kind of just like got them and didn't use them and you got fucked pretty much, right? So it's been fun. It's been a good time. I've been having fun with it, and I play every fucking night.
Nice.
Other than that, Final Fantasy motherfucking 16.
Oh shit, that's right.
Yeah.
You got so how you feeling?
I played it on stream and it was sick.
I missed that stream.
That stream was fun because I was zooted and I was like, what the fuck is this shit? Because first of all, the first hour of that game, and I'm gonna be frank about this,
All right.
sucks.
Okay.
Because there's no gameplay.
It's all onboarding and character introduction and
like,
stuff.
It's just lore dropping, but like none of it makes sense. Because none of it is like explained to you in a way where you're like, oh, I understand why this is happening now. It's just like, this is a thing. Deal with it. And
that sounds like a Square RPG.
Honestly, yeah. But it was funny because it starts off with a kaiju fight at the beginning. You're a giant like phoenix fighting this like demon Godzilla. And it was sick. It was such a cool boss fight. The music was amazing. The whole like it was just very good. Even though I was just spamming triangle to do fireballs the whole time. And then you get to the gameplay section where you're playing as the young version of the main character. And man, was it boring. It was so boring. And then we finally go to play the game and I'd get my first boss fight. I beat the boss first try.
Flex.
And then I go back to like the current day shit and I'm like, I don't care anymore. So I haven't touched it since.
Oh, damn.
That stream. I will be playing it more for sure. I might even play it tomorrow for Figure Friday, to be honest. Actually, no, I won't. I have plans. Oh, well.
Well,
And you got to stream tomorrow.
Well, Let's hope I do that.
It's all good. But yeah, I think that may be it. Oh no, Fortnite.
Of course.
Duh. Which we have a shit ton to talk about Fortnite in the news section, which I'll wait to get into the nitty gritty of all the stuff that was added and what's going down. But I've been loving that game. I haven't played the Battle Royale mode in like a solid 2 weeks and had fun. Because it's not fun to me right now. It's way too like overproduced. The guns are insane. You can get attachments now on guns and then go to workbenches and get better attachments. And it's a little bit overpowered with every fucking gun that when they get attachments. So
while in the Battle Royale?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm not a huge fan of it at the moment. I mean, it's still fun to play with friends.
Yeah.
But like, it's very much to the point where like we will drop in, get looted, maybe kill one team, and then there'll be nobody for like 20 minutes. And we're like, what the fuck's going on? And then everyone converges on us at the same time. And we're like team wipes super quick because they have better guns than us. They have the coin that you can get from Peter fucking Griffin that makes your goddamn shield go back up and shit. So like we're very much not having a great time. The other game modes though, the Lego Valheim one and the racing and the festival mode are fucking awesome in my mind. I think those really saved Fortnite in my opinion. But yeah, man, it's been fun. That's a majority of what I've been doing.
Played Overwatch.
Overwatch, yeah. I don't really count Overwatch because that's kind of just like a junk food game. You know what I mean?
Only reason I know that is because when I was trying to set up my own thing the other night, I just happened to see you were playing Overwatch.
Overwatch is one of those things where it's like I will only play now when other people are playing. Like I think it's like Yuki plays sometimes, well more often than not now because she finally got her computer working. But then Javraf, like those are the only two people that play the game anymore. And I'm like, I'm not gonna sit here and play by myself, have a bad time. And then like we play the game and it's not us. I know it's not us. Like Nicole and I are like both healers, right? And we're just fucking kicking ass and healing everybody. But we just keep getting the most stupid, dumbass tanks every game we play that just pushing by themselves. And then they're like, where's my healing? And I'm like, you have 6 people around you right now, and Overwatch is 5v5. Can you please fucking back the hell out?
Yeah, do something.
Like, I need you to, like, protect us so that we can help you, but you're not doing that, so now you die, then we die, and we lose. That's
how it goes.
It's that fucking simple, and then they get, you know, oh, this is a healer diff, the other healers are better on the other team. Like, bro.
They gotta blame somebody.
Yeah, honestly, you're not wrong, but it's very funny arguing in the chat with people like that. I'm like, you realize that you're in our rank too when you tell me that I suck, right? Like, you're in the same rank as the person you're saying sucks.
Yeah,
what
but
does it say
different.
about you? No. It's not.
I'm me and you're you. It's different.
Yeah, but Overwatch has been to say the least.
Is it finally not obviously not too late, but is it? Can we finally just be like they shouldn't have called it Overwatch 2? Even though I feel like everybody was saying that
Overwatch 2 from the beginning.
I feel like we've been saying that from the beginning, but now that all the dust is settled,
it's honestly sad to see what the game has become. They just added new weapon skins, which they've only ever had one, which is gold, where you can use your competitive points. Like you just get random points after each game, and if you accumulate 3,000 of them, you can make your weapon gold for one character.
Right.
They added new ones, and everyone thought, oh shit, another thing to use our competitive points on, you know? Because that makes sense. It's a weapon skin. That's what they use the competitive points for. No, you have to pay real money for it. And not only is it real money, it's the same price as a skin for a character.
Anything to take your money.
I saw that in the store the other day. I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
Because who's going to choose that?
Well, like, I don't know. It's just annoying to me because I'm like, bro, I'm not paying $12 for a skin. There's no way in hell I'm paying $12 for a skin exclusively on my weapon that doesn't match any of the skins that those characters have. That's the even worse part. Like, the gold one's just like, it's the same thing but gold.
Yeah.
No big deal. This one, it's like a complete redesign with like laser force fields and shit on them, and they're all like pearl white and shit. And I'm like, not a single skin matches this if I were to actually spend the money on it. So, like, what's the fucking point? But I don't know. I got 2 friend requests on fucking Epic Games, apparently.
Apparently Apparently, I'm the shit, and everybody wants to be next to me.
But that's it, man. I've probably got a few other games that I'm forgetting about, to be honest, but it's mainly been those, and I'm trying to get out of the Baldur's Gate, to be honest with you.
It has its claws in it. You ain't getting out.
Yeah, because the shitty part is, like, I want to play another campaign after I'm done with this one. Mm-hmm. For no reason. I have not a singular... Because I've found everything, I believe. I did find something recently that I hadn't done in any of my 4 campaigns, and I'm like, oh, this has been here the whole time.
Sounds like a game of the year to me.
It very much is. And anyone who thinks differently is abysmal. You've seen those, right? The Spider-Man people? Dude.
Yes.
Hilarious.
They're so upset.
Imagine being upset that Spider-Man 2 didn't win, though. Like, that is objectively not game of the year.
For me, it's like, if that's your personal game of the year, great, fine, perfect,
yeah,
beautiful. I just think if you look at objectively, you don't even have to go down the category. Just impact and retainability, like retaining an audience. Mm-hmm. Just those 2 categories. You could just keep those 2. Spider-Man is nowhere near any of those 2 categories.
Not until they put it on PC in 3 years.
Right. Everybody beat, not 3 years according to these. We'll get to that. Everybody beat Spider-Man. I'll give it 2 months. Everybody beat Spider-Man within a 2-month span. Mm-hmm. Not only beat it, but majority, like 100% for the most part, the hardcore did what they had to do and are out of there, right?
How are you?
I'm hardcore too, just my life won't allow me to be as hardcore as I want.
I swear I'm hardcore. Trust me.
I promise I'm hardcore when I play games sometimes. But anyway, if you go back to those 2 specific categories, Baldur's Gate shits on any game that came out this year. And retaining an audience and impact.
100%. If you don't think that, the funny part to me is even more is like the people that are like, it should be Spider-Man 2. What the fuck even is Baldur's Gate? I'm like, don't act like you don't know what Baldur's Gate is. That's like, if you don't know, that's fine. But don't like, what the fuck even nobody's talking about? Like, you're an idiot. Just say that you're an idiot.
That's just people like, because obviously we know that. Yeah. Our audience knows that. I think that's the casual gamers, and I hate to because casual gamers get shit on all the time, but I hate to say it, but it's true because all y'all are seeing is, it's Spider-Man. Spider-Man is the biggest deal. It's like, no, like you're looking at it as somebody like, I have a PlayStation. I like Spider-Man. Spider-Man was great, and it was. That should be the game. Like, well, no, because if you're in the weeds like us, yeah, and there's Baldur's Gate gamers who are casual gamers who will probably say Baldur's Gate is game of the year, who also played Spider-Man. But it's just like, if you look at all the check boxes, Baldur's Gate checked every single box. Honestly,
I wouldn't even have been mad if Alan Wake 2 took it, to be honest with you, because they kind of shocked us at the Game Awards too, because neither of us have experience with Alan Wake. It's not even like that we're shitting on it or anything. We just was not really on our radar.
Yeah.
But now that shit's on my radar. It's on sale right now, and I was looking at it right before we hit record. This would be the time. So it's like, I don't know, man. Like, you gotta... It just annoys me, the people that are like, nobody's talking about this. I'm like, you're dumb.
The audience for that game is ridiculous. You got people like playing through it 5 times.
I've only beaten it once.
5 campaigns.
Yeah, I have 5 campaigns, only beaten it once. Technically 6 because I have Fred from accounting.
Ah, of course.
Go watch our Patreon episodes. Yeah. But yeah, man.
It's undeniable.
That's what we've been discussing over the past 2 weeks. But now, I think it's time to get to the news.
It's time for the news.
The news!
Let's get to the news.
That's crazy.
Love Mario's ass.
Who doesn't? All right.
Illumination doesn't, because they gave him a flat ass in the movie.
That is valid. They gave him a Hank Hill ass.
Yeah.
I think we got to start with the big one, just because there's a lot to go through. And then once we're done with talking about this, then we can know how long we can take on the other topics, if that makes sense.
All right, let's knock it out.
Insomniac. Ironically, Spider-Man 2 we were just talking about.
Which is crazy because even up to this recording, there is still more shit coming out about the Insomniac thing.
So the main headline that came out, I believe this was on the 19th that it started, if I'm correct. If not, it is a little bit before that. But they suffered a huge data leak that was more than 1 terabyte in size. The hackers released confidential roadmaps, contracts, internal slides, gameplay, and a bunch more things that are constantly coming out. They're holding it ransom from the company. We've seen this before, like a couple times, where like they're like, if you don't give us this, we're gonna leak shit. Like,
Yeah.
And
They wanted $2 million.
that's so dumb. Like, I don't mean to be that guy, but it's like, I don't think this changes anything for them, even with all of it being released. And we'll go over all of it in a second.
It was the first thing. It wasn't even the 19th. It was the 12th.
Oh, it was as well?
That's when those leaked images came out.
Oh, yeah, the blurry ones.
The Wolverine images, yeah.
So on the 12th, blurry images of the Wolverine game came out. Nothing crazy. It very much just looks like Wolverine in the style of a God of War game where it's third person over the shoulder. Mm-hmm. Nothing crazy.
PlayStation game.
Yeah. It looks fine. I don't care too much to look at it because I'm just like, whatever.
It's nothing crazy.
It's nothing crazy. But then it got a little bit more crazy.
It got pretty crazy after that.
And they just started fucking releasing shit. I don't even know where to start. Like, from all of the stuff that they did. Right. I guess we'll start with the one.
We got to start with Wolverine because everything after Wolverine started really coming down.
So what else came out about Wolverine besides?
Well, here's the tech part behind everything. Insomniac Games suffered a huge data leak that's moved up. You said this, didn't you? 1 terabyte in size?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. So that came out. The information came out. Then they released pre-alpha footage, video footage of the game, showing straight up somebody playing through the tutorial, Wolverine loading into maps where like all the assets aren't even made yet. All the he's talking, but all the dialogue isn't there. Some dialogue is there and some isn't. For
like Wolverine talks?
Huh?
Wolverine talks in it?
Yeah.
Could you tell who the voice actor was? Was it familiar?
The voice actors did get leaked, but I didn't put it in the thing. Okay. Because there's also playable characters. I'm not gonna say what
a lot of stuff.
Yeah. But they show him like investigating like inside of a building. Then there's like an action scene where he's fighting people. They show him like leaping from rooftops and doing Wolverine shit. A lot of the mechanics, a lot of they show some menus. They show and you can tell like where they were gonna like have their demos for like, I don't know, Summer Games Fest or whatever. Whenever they were gonna show this, maybe at a State of Play or something like that, because when it loads into things, this is vertical slice, meaning that's where they were gonna take a piece of the game. They're building out this piece of the game as a showcase piece. Mm-hmm. So it says vertical slice interior this place, vertical slice interior this place. Playing as this character, this not Wolverine character in this place. So it was getting really wild. So so that was next is the footage. After the footage was, let me get to it.
X-Men exclusivity, I believe. The X-Men stuff.
Then the roadmaps started getting put out. So we got
sir.
Wild. So
I called it. I want to put it out there.
But not just that roadmap. That's coming after this other roadmap.
I want to just saying.
So we got a Venom game was supposed to get leaked. Mm-hmm. Was supposed to get released fiscal year 2025.
Yep.
Wolverine fiscal year 2026. And I know how that sounds. The fiscal year, and I think in games ends in March.
So it should be 2025.
So it's probably from like fall to March. So this means it could release anywhere from like, if it says Venom fiscal year 2025, it could be released anywhere from end of year next year to March of 2025. Wolverine says fiscal year 2026. So that would lead me to believe it's going to come like holiday
Yeah.
2026.
That makes sense too.
Also, specific Spider-Man 3, fiscal year 2028. So that would have probably been holiday 2027.
Which will be Miles exclusively. After last podcast episode's news, which was a duh situation, but still.
Ratchet and Clank, new Ratchet and Clank game, fiscal year 2029.
Dude, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart.
Amazing game.
Good fucking game.
These are all essentially saying these are what the holidays are going to be. If you know how these games pretty much drop.
Holiday season.
So holiday 2024 was going to be the Venom game. Mm-hmm. Holiday 2025 is going to be Wolverine. Holiday 2026 is going to be Spider-Man 3. Holiday 2027. No, I'm sorry. Holiday 2027 is going to be Spider-Man 3. Holiday 2028 is going to be Ratchet and Clank. Holiday 2029 is going to be an X-Men game. Which Chris said he called.
I called this last year. Insomniac should get the X-Men fucking thing. I said X-Men game.
You did.
I said X-Men game.
And these X-Men games are supposed to go all the way through 2035. And they had plans for 3 X-Men games. So once, I guess, let's say Spider-Man 3 ends the Spider-Man trilogy, right? Probably. Including all the in-between games. That would make 5 Spider-Man games, right? Mm-hmm. I think they pick up with X-Men because they have planned for 3 X-Men games. So Wolverine, clearly by what they're saying, Wolverine was going to open the door to the X-Men games. Mm-hmm. So it'll be Wolverine, X-Men, X-Men 2, X-Men 3. This isn't counting what's going to happen in between those games. So it could possibly be how Spider-Man did, where these in-between games, maybe focused on Wolverine, maybe focused on other mutants. We don't know.
I want a Nightcrawler game.
I think we talked about that too. We want a Nightcrawler game.
It'd be such a good game. It'd be like sword play and then also like fucking like parkour at the same time and the teleport. Dude,
it'd be fun as shit.
Dude, it'd be such a good game.
But according to these roadmaps, in between each X-Men game, it says new IP 1 and new IP 2. So that's probably the bridge between the X-Men games. And since those don't say Wolverine, I'm assuming what we just said is going to be what happens. It's going to be another character. Yeah. Or it could just be, because they are like the Marvel company now. The Marvel company / Ratchet and Clank. Yeah. And since they already said there's going to be new Ratchet and Clank, I'm assuming these new IPs are going to be some other mutant. But I'd be really surprised if that was just a completely new IP.
I'd love that though, because we need new IPs.
And
honestly.
I think exactly, and I think that's important because if I was Insomniac, while it's an honor to have these Spider-Man games and now the Wolverine, X-Men, people are always going to go up for that. But I would also like to see Insomniac just work on something completely new. Yeah, that's not Ratchet or Marvel.
That it's not Ratchet. Yeah, I know you're referring to the character, but like...
That's not ass-shaking hose. It's not Ratchet.
The adjective of Ratchet is what my brain heard, and I was like, yeah, I don't want no Ratchet-ass game.
That would be great. That would be funny as shit. So
I do want a Ratchet-ass game, though.
Yeah, man, a Ratchet-ass game. Well, we're going to get to a Ratchet-ass game soon via the trailer. Oof. But yeah, I don't know. I'd like to eventually see Insomniac just work on something just new. Mm-hmm. A brand new PlayStation IP, because while all this is going on, there's a lot of controversy surrounding PlayStation with the fact that it doesn't seem like there's like a lot of new IP popping off. Yeah. They're also trying to downsize with AAA games right now, oddly enough.
Whole industry is trying to downsize for no reason.
And I know the Ronin game is coming out. I know we're still waiting for Ghost of Tsushima 2, but I think there's room for these top companies, these top studios that PlayStation has to come out with some really groundbreaking IP that's not Last of Us, Uncharted, or God of War. Yeah. And now the Marvel games.
I honestly just want something new in general because I feel like as much as I love comic books, I'm a fucking comic book nerd. You can look at my room and just be like, okay, this guy's got a problem. But like, it's one of those things where it's like, it's getting harder and harder to find something new and fresh to keep your attention. And then, like, I'm kind of stuck in it right now. Like, I'm stuck in the Baldur's Gate mode right now. It's just D&D, but like, if there was something new to grab my attention away, that'd be so much better because I've played this 5 fucking times. Like, you know?
Yeah.
We need some new shit.
If you include Venom, it's going to be 6.
Yeah. But speaking of this leak, though, this is where we kind of get into spoiler territory for the game. So if you want to skip ahead a little bit, I would say this is probably the time to do so, unless you just want to listen to it. It's also the pictures on our Discord if you want to go check that out.
Also in the Discord, you can please join the Discord first and foremost. But also if you join it, there are spoiler tags on top of these pictures in case you just don't want to know. But I'll let you finish. So
starting off, I'll just go through the roadmap of the Spider-Man 2. Pretty much it's the DLC rollout of the game.
Yes.
And what we are to expect in the next year or two. So first of all, first DLC is going to be Beetle Infestation. Mm-hmm. I'm not a huge fan of the character Beetle, but
I knew nothing about the Beetle character. I was like, Beetle.
So there's technically 3 or 4, I believe. One was like, the first one was a dude, like a buff dude with a Beetle costume that flew. Then there was, I believe, this one, which is the female Beetle. And then there's a third one, which is like this big, like hulking, almost robot type looking one, but it's still a person inside, I think. I don't read the comics with them because I don't think it's a cool design. But that's going to be the first one. Open world mission with a boss fight, which is all of these. And then after that is where we get into the spoiler territory.
It's crazy.
And we follow up on one of these side missions that starts in the game with the, was it Spiral? Was that they called them? The gang?
Spiral.
Yeah. So Spiral, and it was kind of like, to me it was weird in the game because they didn't directly say that it was Cletus Cassidy, like right away. You know what I mean?
But yeah,
like, it's him, but also like he's kind of acting a little bit different from what Cletus is known to be acting like. He's kind of like a cult leader now in this situation.
Right.
But at the end of that mission, he gets a piece of the Venom symbiote, and as he's holding it, it transforms into a red symbiote. Which, if you didn't watch Venom 2, those are the scary ones. But we're getting Extreme fucking Carnage as the second DLC of the beginning of the year, also with open world missions and a boss fight. And the final one, which wraps up the mission with the Spider Bots, the Spider-Verse Anomaly, which is going to be a Sony Pictures tie-in with Spider-Verse NPCs, a Spider-Verse mission, and a Spider-Verse visual filter. So the entire world will look like Spider-Verse.
That's going to be so fun.
There's going to be NPCs on the map that you can talk to. So probably other Spider people.
You think Spider-Y Parker's in there?
I don't think they can get Jake Johnson, so no. I think they're going to do like random Spider-Men that are like goofy. So like the Cowboy Spider-Man, I think they get him at one part. I think they maybe try to do... No, they won't do Noir because he's a skin in the game. They could try to do 2099. And Spider-Ham. I don't know if they get Mulaney and fucking what's his name?
My thing is, it says Sony the movie tie-in. I'm sitting there like, I wonder if they came and reprised some of those roles.
Oh, probably. I mean, the thing that happens in the game currently was something that was cut out of the movie in theaters. Oh. That character was supposed to be in the movie. And that's why everyone was like, what the fuck is this? Like, if you get to that part and you finish that mission, whether you're Miles or Peter, and you pretty much find a wall that has the octagonal or is it
not a diamond? It's
a 6-sided, which is a hexagon. The hexagonal portal is there, and it's the Spider-Verse one for sure. There's no fucking doubting it. And you look in, and there's this character, and when I first saw her, the graphics, like what she looks like, I thought it was Laura Croft. Unironically. Because like it looks...
but I can see why you would.
I was like, why the fuck is that a thing? And the reason why that's a thing is because it's a character in the movie that was cut out. So we don't know who that is. She's like a bartender or some shit.
Yeah.
And whatever. So in my mind, what ends up happening is the DVD comes out, the bonus features have that character, maybe like a little tie-in with the game to like talk about it. But then when the next movie comes out, that's when we get like everything culminating in one big thing. I don't know how that's going to go, but I'm excited for it.
Hell yeah.
And then after that Spider-Verse Anomaly and all the DLC is finally wrapped up, because 3 DLCs per game mainly, unless it's Miles, which got none, I think. think Miles got no DLC.
I don't remember it. If right now, I don't remember it if it did.
Yeah. But they're coming out with a Game of the Year edition, which is hilarious because it wasn't Game of the Year. Just saying.
It's just the truth.
But it's got all DLC content, bonus suits, and collectibles as well. So there's going to be more stuff on top of that, which makes me kind of want it, and I don't want to do that, but
they make it hard.
They make it hard, to say the least. But
this is all to be released by the end of next year.
Yeah. The fiscal year next year.
Yeah.
So into 2025, kind of, I think, because that's when the movie comes out. This part 2, since it got pushed back because of the writer's strike. It
would make sense. Like, once I saw that they were ending it with the Spider-Verse DLC, I'm like, all right, well, that's going to obviously lead into the hype of the next movie.
Honestly, it kind of makes me even more concrete of, like, this is the last Spider-Man game for Spider-Man 3 coming out, because there's no way in hell they do a tie-in with the movie and then, like, keep that going, because that's just too much. There's too much to, like, manage having 2 Miles at the same time, maybe interacting with each other. Like, and you're not going to do that for the movie. The video game version of Miles is not going to show up in the third movie. It's just going to be a contained story in my mind with the few characters that we know in the team ups.
Especially with how they left it off. Yeah. Like, I'm sure there'll be some surprises, but I don't think it'll be that.
I hope that they get John Mulaney back now that he's, like, not on coke anymore for Spider-Ham. He shows up at the end. So
he does. I would assume he would be back.
He got back from rehab. He got back from rehab.
Yeah, this is the last episode of Save Before
Quitting. Of 2023.
Oh, wait. Before we go on to the next thing.
Yep.
As of 11 a.m. today, a little earlier, actually, a leaked early playable version of Wolverine is available to download on PC.
That's insane.
Insane. So people are playing it. People have not only played some of it, but they modded the downloadable version and added stuff to it.
Jesus.
And since then, they have been sent copyright. Anybody who's downloaded that game has been sent copyright things, and they have their IP addresses. So everybody's freaking the fuck out. Which, to me, it's just like, what the fuck? What did you think would happen? You're downloading stolen.
I agree with that, but in my mind, it's also like, you're going after the little guy instead of the guys that did it.
Well, because I think the guys that did it are harder to get a hold of.
Oh, no, I agree. It's definitely a harder thing to do. But in my mind, I would have waited to do I would have been like, okay, let's solve the shit with the people that caused this first. Then we'll get to the people that are using it and downloading it, because no offense to those people, but they're not the problem.
I just think they're trying to get out in front of it the best way they can, and they're scrambling. Because with all of this happening since the 12th, Insomniac has said they haven't put out no statement.
Yeah.
And other studios have come forward, like I saw Remedy, like other studios have come forward just to show their love, like, this is crazy, much love to Insomniac, you shouldn't have to go through this. Because not only did game shit get leaked, but information about employees and I-9 contractor forms have been leaked. It's really wild. And people are saying, like, Insomniac should just pay them the $2 million. But it's just like, but that's a slippery slope, because, number one, can you trust them? You could pay them and they could still leak it.
I mean, they already did. That's the one thing where I'm like, yeah, you have everything, but, like, I don't know, man. You're not just going to toss up I-9s and shit on the internet. Like, what are people going to do with that, you know?
You're right. I think they just use that to flex, like, we have everything.
Yeah. But, like, the fact, in my opinion, I think the people that hacked them blew their load too early. Because leaking the stuff online and, like, letting it get out there and having people download whatever it is, a beta version or alpha or whatever the fuck, like, you just gave away your hand. Like, you just pretty much did what, like, the $2 million was supposed to not have happen. So now why the fuck am I going to...
Well, yeah, they're not going to pay him now. I think it was like, because when they released the initial Wolverine stuff, they said, pay us or we're leaking more.
Yeah.
So this is the more. But my thing now is like some of this is still, this happened today.
Yeah.
So in my mind, crazy. I'm like, what? Like, are we going to wake up tomorrow and there's more shit?
Probably. I just... in my mind, the hacker, whoever they are, is not doing this correctly for their goals. If you think about it that way, like, they want this money because they hacked the company. Not even as a devil's advocate, just like looking at it objectively. You are now giving away your collateral constantly, slowly but surely. What makes you think you're getting that money now? Like, all you're doing is just ruining it for the company, but they're still going to sell the game. It's still going to make a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
Like, you lost.
They pretty much just made it like
know?
they didn't get what they wanted, so this is their temper tantrum.
Yeah, and it's not helping anything.
It's not. I just really feel bad for Insomniac because while this is exciting, some of it, because it's not being presented in a way that they want. Even I, as a consumer, like, I would have loved the shock and surprise. Like, imagine Summer Games Fest or some shit, or a State of Play,
and they just casually drop it.
That would have been, and they put out that vertical slice of Wolverine, all polished and nice.
Honestly, though, I'm still gonna fucking be hyped.
I'm still gonna be hyped, but now it's like, I just feel bad for them because it's like, damn, they don't get that like world premiere pop that they would have gotten.
It sucks, but I don't get it. I don't get why it's done. Like, it's a terrible way to make money in the first place. Like, just hacking a company and taking their shit and threatening to release. Like, why? It doesn't get you anything.
Go put $100,000 in everybody's account. Go do that.
You gotta go apply for a job at like the fucking government, dude. Yeah. Like, something. Use your talents so that you can actually make money.
Eliminate all student debt.
Fucking honestly, do that, please. I'd love you. Then I'll download every version of that fucking Wolverine DLC. I swear to God, you get rid of my debt. Holy shit.
But that's Insomniac, and you know, thoughts and prayers to them, man. That sucks. That sucks for them as a studio. One of the best studios operating in gaming, period, at this point.
Correct. So the next few news stories that we got are kind of like little bite-sized ones, and then we'll end on a bigger one. But next up is a little bit of controversy that came out of the Game Awards. If you watched along with us, you kind of heard us talking about it live because we were kind of like, what the fuck? Why are they getting him off the stage? I think it was in one of our TikToks for Neil Newbon's speech. He's like, apparently I have to wrap it up. And then you were like, yeah, apparently. Because that was the moment, like, right before or after you saw the person who was in the audience who took the picture of it. And, like, it just kept happening to all the devs over and over and over again. I think someone did the math, and 10% of the show was given to the awards and the devs. The other 90% was celebrities showing up, trailers, and just random shit like the musical numbers and whatnot. I don't really count those because that's kind of a part of the show in my opinion. But like the amount of trailers that was at this Game Awards, while not for everyone, insane.
It's the Game Awards.
Yeah, that's the issue here that everyone's mad about because the devs got fucked. They didn't get to thank who they wanted to thank. I was just telling you before we started recording, the Larian director was supposed to announce the Xbox version of the game in his like acceptance speech. Didn't get a chance to because he was cut off and just told to get off the stage. And then you give a ton of celebrities like Matthew McConaughey and fucking Anthony Mackie, dude. The more
Anthony Mackie was drunk,
dude. The more I see the Anthony Mackie thing, the more I get mad at it. Like I'm just like, this is bullshit. Like that you were allowed to do this and they let you do this.
Because even in the moment, I think we were like, what is wrong with him right
There's
now?
There's a compilation of him just making noises. And it's like 3 minutes long.
That was what he was doing.
Yeah. He was just like an audience member for no reason.
Shut up. Just kept telling him to shut up.
It was so bad, man. And then the McConaughey thing. No offense, that game kind of looked bad in my opinion too. I don't like the look of it. It was Exodus.
The McConaughey game.
Yeah, I didn't really like the look of that game, but that's just me. So yeah, people are not too happy about it, and it's especially with Jeff saying that this is supposed to be a celebration of games every single year. That's the first thing that he goes off with. This is a celebration of games, blah, 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 blah. He even tweeted himself, this is a tweet. A tweet. That's what we're going to call him now.
That's when you queef and tweet at the same time.
Say before tweeting. So Jeff Keighley's tweeted and said, by the way, I do agree that the music was played too fast for the award winners this year. I asked our team to relax that rule as the show went on. While no one was actually cut off, it's something to address going forward. I kind of want to say bullshit because you cut off like 2-3 people and like motion them off the stage. No offense. Not like Jeff himself. But,
Yeah.
The music being played is telling people to wrap it the fuck up.
Yeah, it's the wrap it up music.
Like,
it's. I'm sure it's hard. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, from a perspective of constructing an entire award show, because everything is timing. So it's allotted time for each and every interaction on that stage, including the trailers.
For sure.
Especially with the amount of trailers they show and the amount of awards they give out. But I feel like in older game awards, we've even said like when he comes back and they rattle off 4 awards that they're giving out. Like, all right, the award for this goes to Bloom, blank, best racing game, Forza, best RPG. And they just rattle them off. Because and obviously I'm not running an award show, but if I worked on Forza and that was my life for years developing this game and we won the best racing game, you don't think I want that moment to have my team on stage?
Yeah. They don't even get that. They don't even get a picture of them holding the game award.
They're not even standing next to Jeff just to say, hey, thank you.
Yeah. That's another thing that annoys me when they do the rattling off of shit, but then the last one is the one where they hold on it for a second and then they give the dev that was standing 2 feet to the right. Yeah. Like, if I'm in the crowd and I'm watching the Game Awards, I see that dev up there. I'm like, oh, that's the dev from X game. They won it. I know that beforehand the fucking award's even given out. Like, what? Why are you doing it? That it's bad. It's bad, Jeff.
It was the same concept with, like, I think obviously they know when they won and didn't win. Yeah. Already, but I think it was weird to have Anthony Mackie give the award for best adaptation and he's in the category.
No, he didn't do adaptation. He did something else because he was in the crowd for adaptation.
Oh, yeah,
and Last of Us won, and they were sitting right behind him, and he looked pissed.
I was wrong. My bad.
It was so funny. I'm like, you really thought you were going to win that compared to Last... You think that Twisted Metal is going to beat The Last of Us.
Last of Us, I mean, Twisted Metal is definitely an underrated adaptation.
Yeah,
it's really, really, really good, but it is not The Last of Us.
Amazon Prime Video, HBO.
Last of Us is, to me, still like, this is the best video game adaptation of all time. Yes. It is so good. I can't wait for season 2. We gushed about it enough, but damn, that deserved every award. Yeah.
So to wrap this up, I got one more tweet that's just a funny one, but we are going to talk about the annoying part. I think the worst one was Baldur's Gate at the end, besides not being able to talk about the Xbox version. The teleprompter said, please wrap it up. The moment that the director was paying tribute to the lead cinematic artist, Jim Southworth, who passed away.
Bad timing.
That's when they fucking told him to wrap it up. In the middle of that. So... I don't know, man. It's very annoying to see what the Game Awards is becoming. It's becoming more of a trailer show, and that's fine if you're going to do that. Just advertise it that way.
That's what puts the asses in the seats. I get that. But if that's the case, because clearly there was a miscommunication between the Game Awards staff and the people accepting awards or presenters, because it's like, If I go into a show and you tell me straight up like, yo, sorry, like 20 seconds, at least I can cater my speech to 20 seconds. 100%. But if I'm up there and I'm just, I don't know how much time I have, and immediately the music comes on, I'm just like, I didn't know how much time I had.
It's crazy.
And I can't prove that they didn't know that, obviously, but from optics would tell me they didn't know how much time they had.
Yeah. We'll end this story on one tweet from Mike Drucker, who just said, if you make games, you get 30 seconds to talk at the Game Awards. If you make movies, you get 5 minutes to talk at the Game Awards.
Crazy.
That's pretty much how it is. So we're going to move on from that. Next up, we can either do, let's do the one. Jeff has finally won.
Oh, yeah. Jeff definitely
Take it away,
won.
Ant. Let us know what happened. It's a quick one, but
it's a very quick one. E3, as we all know it, is gone and dead. Finally, Jeff has won. He has beaten E3 to the ground.
Kinda, yeah.
We always make the joke on here, key 3 every time it's time for Summer Games Fest or the Game Awards. Yeah. Jeff Keighley gets 2 key 3s a year. E3 could not sustain it. They couldn't fight the wrath that is Jeff Keighley and win anymore. But all jokes aside, E3 was already kind of like slowly dying even before all that. Mm-hmm. They tried things by bringing out new things to the floor, new activations on the showroom floor to have people to build up interest. Then they let it open to everybody and not just game devs. So it was a public event, but it still wasn't enough. And I attribute that a lot to just the fact that we're just a digital world now.
Yeah. Digimon.
Digital monsters. Digimon are the champions.
Digital world.
We can't. I guess given what E3 was, we couldn't expect it to last in the same capacity as it did before.
Yeah. And
Keighley found a way to kind of get in there because at first, Game Awards and Summer Games Fest was just like, it wasn't the first Summer Games Fest like a part of E3. It was E3, but they also sponsored Jeff's Summer Games Fest.
For sure.
Right? Because it was smaller games at first.
The thing that I'm kind of like, no offense to E3 and the people that like ran it, I'm kind of happy that it's done because it was not a good formula. If you think about it, it was a convention. Mm-hmm. It turned into that for no reason, and then that, not from our point of view, that was the most abysmal content to make when we had to make the E3 content because it was like 5 fucking podcasts in 1 week.
Yeah, and then they all came on at different times of day. Like Nintendo's in the middle of the workday.
We're literally like, can we take an hour and stream this? Like fucking like, not that our shit matters, but like that's not what it's supposed to be.
Yeah,
you know?
And then Sony would always be like the Game Awards because Sony would always be at like 8 at night. I'm like, all right, we can do that.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think it's just because the company stopped putting money into it. They couldn't sustain because I think Nintendo, around the time the Switch came out, they were like, I think they did the Zelda thing, the big display at E3. Yeah. But after that, Nintendo was like, we don't coming for what? Like, we have Nintendo Directs all year and a big one in the summer and a big one at the end of the year. We could just do it ourselves. And because they were paying, E3 hundreds of thousands of dollars just for floor space?
Yeah, that was just for the space. Then you got to pay for everything to get your people there. Then you got to also pay to have the electricity and blah, 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 and all your systems flown over and all your games flown over. It was a hassle. And it doesn't make sense. Honestly, they should make an indie game E3. Like, indie devs only. It's maybe a 2-3 day thing, and it has a show floor, but it's just indie devs showing off their game. Kind of like how PAX Unplugged is for board games. That, but...
Well, isn't PAX... What's PAX East? PAX
I don't
West?
know.
Isn't that, like...
Kinda, but...
It's consumer-based game conference. It's just come play the new games.
Mm. Okay. Maybe they need to bring it closer then.
I think that... And because once Nintendo did it, then Sony was like, well, we're not coming. Yeah. We don't have to come. We could just do a state of play, which gets millions of hits every time.
And fucking Xbox is like, well, we're not doing anything anyway.
Right. Xbox was still like one of the last ones left. And then they were just like, I guess we'll leave too.
Yeah, we're not really putting any games out about in the first place, but
then Xbox is like, hey, Keighley, take all our shit. And then once you get a big company like that, and then, because all the third-party companies, like Sega and everything, Square, everybody was going to Keighley, mm-hmm. and Keighley just kind of took the fire.
I am curious to see how the Game Awards moves going forward, mm-hmm. because, obviously, if we look at this year as an example, there were so fucking many games that came out, so many games that were good, so many trailers for these games, right? When do we get to a point where Jeff can't show every trailer and he has to start taking money from these developers so that they can show their trailer on his show? Because as of this point, it's all felt like he's been like, it's been an honor to have your game shown at my event. And it's not like a transactional thing, but it might become transactional in the future, especially with E3 being gone and other companies not wanting to do their own things as much. Do you think that they're going to start paying to have their trailers shown at the Game Awards more?
Maybe. Because it gets... You got to think about it, especially now that E3 is gone. Keely's events has all the eyes. He has all of them.
He is a monopoly of gaming shows now.
Yeah, I mean, you don't count PAX because that's mostly an in-person thing. They don't have like a company might show their trailer there, but they're also simultaneously showing it to the world, like on YouTube.
Yeah.
But Keely does have the monopoly on the world premiere.
Yeah.
Unless you obviously don't count State of Play, Nintendo Direct. They have their own shit. I think those companies now, they'll toss Jeff a bone. Like, we won't give you everything. We're going to keep our big shit. Like, I don't think like a new Mario or Zelda is not getting announced for the first time at a Keely event.
Never.
Nintendo is doing that themselves. Sony is not announcing the new Spider-Man at Keely. They're going to do a State of Play. But like something that's PlayStation exclusive but not first party, Keely can get. He got the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth trailer this year. Even though I think they announced it at a State of Play, but Jeff got this new exclusive trailer that no one else got. So I think those companies like Square, like the big third party companies,
they can just send it. And
even if they have, even if they have exclusivity on a console, Jeff can still get that look. It's only on PlayStation, but Jeff still gets the look to put it out.
Right. I'm curious if they start charging for like not AAA titles and shit then. I think that's something that we might want to keep an eye out for the future because time is limited, obviously, with Please Fucking Hurry Up and whatnot. That might even be the podcast title.
Please fucking hurry up.
Yeah, Please Hurry Up or whatever the hell the prompter said. But like at a certain point, like they're going to have to make it more exclusive, you know?
Yeah.
And we're getting there. Maybe not next year, but the year after that, I have a feeling that we're going to see a lot less indie shit and a lot more like big shit. Just like trying to get an extra trailer in on Jeff's show because he is the eyes of the industry as of this point.
Yeah.
Nobody gives a fuck about IGN anymore.
You're right. Because but the one thing I'll give to IGN is they are hanging on.
Yeah.
They're still like
they're a roach.
The video game website.
No matter how many nukes go off, that roach is staying alive.
Yeah, right. No matter how many of these, like, I don't want to just limit them to Twitter account gaming companies, but like Push Square and I don't know, all the other gaming outlets that like really put their shit on Twitter. They have a website, but everybody gets like the headlines from them. Even though they all exist, IGN is still like, people still wait for the IGN review. No matter how much shit is talked about it, people still wait for the IGN review, whether you like it or not.
Yeah. Well, it's time to move on to a topic that happened and then didn't happen almost immediately. Twitch.
Oh, yeah. This is on, you cover this one.
So I don't know, how do I explain it? I watch a lot of Twitch streamers, not necessarily on Twitch, but like their YouTube content and like their highlights from their streams and shit. Big fan of them. Twitch has a new CEO as of late by the name of Dan Clancy. Really cool dude, actually, like a genuine nice. There was a clip of him this year at TwitchCon, and he was streaming himself. He actually streams on Twitch himself. And he's doing like an IRL stream, and one of the people, as the floor was closing, like this girl was like, I need to go to the bathroom so bad, but they won't let us back in. And he literally like took the time out of his day, put his stream over to the side, like, hey, I'm the CEO. She needs to use the restroom. Can you please just walk her there? And they're like, man, we can't. Like, it's the venue. And he's like, I'm the CEO. Here, take my CEO badge and go to the bathroom. Right. He gave his badge just to this random girl and helped her out. Good dude, straight up. Yeah. So last week, it was a week or two ago, I'm just going to read his post because he put out an official statement. On Wednesday, we updated our sexual content policy. Our primary goal in making these updates was to make our guidelines easier to understand and enforce. Part of this update included changes in how we treat fictionalized nudity. For years, through user voice and in conversations, we've heard from artists that our content policies were limiting. In making this update, we were trying to be responsive to these requests and allow the thriving artist community on Twitch to utilize the human form in their art. So basically, people who draw, do like, manga, stuff like that, hentai. They want to, show off what they do on Twitch and in their process.
Right.
So they allowed it for a week, and it got out of hand very quickly. There were literally just cocks and balls and vaginas all over the place being drawn. And then additional streamers that were, for lack of a better term, titty streamers, took this as their opportunity to be like, oh, the nudity policy has been updated in a way where I can cheese this a little bit. So there were multiple streams of women, and I think there was like 2 or 3 dudes. I didn't see many of them. But the camera was cut off right where their nipples were. They were fully shirtless, and anytime they would get a sub, they would jump up and down. So, like, they knew what they were doing, right? Going on with Dan's statement. First, we want to make clear that some streamers, in response to this updated, created content that was in violation of our new policy. Those people. Of course. We've worked quickly to remove that content and issue channel enforcements. However, there was also a great deal of new content that was allowed under the updated policy. Much of the content created has been met with the community concern. These are concerns to share. Upon reflection, we've decided that we went too far with this change. So after a week of this, they immediately reverted it back.
What they think was going to happen?
I don't know. Like, I understand why it was done.
Yeah, I get it.
Because, like, from Dan's point of view, he's like, oh, there are artists that do stuff that is based off of nudity. As long as it's artistic nudity, sure, why would we not allow that? You can go to a museum and see a pair of titties if you want, like, straight up.
That's where all the titties hang out.
Yeah, they're marble. Them hard titties. Anyway.
Man, I really, really, really want to name this episode Titties at the Museum.
Marble titties?
Or that. But I don't think I can put titties up there.
No, probably not. But, so pretty much they immediately rolled back the artistic nudity changes, which did not go well for the actual artists that were using this to promote themselves. They're not a huge fan of it. But this tends to happen every single time when Twitch tries to do this, because they have competing sources now with Kick, and Kick allows practically anything. They're fucking abysmal, actually. But Twitch is just in a weird state right now where they're kind of trying to test stuff out. It didn't work. I will say I'm glad that they're transparent about it.
Very true.
Ever since Dan has become the CEO, it's felt a lot more straightforward and to the point of, like, this is what we're trying to do with Twitch. This is where we want Twitch to go. And this is what we want to do in the future. This was just a little hiccup that, while it was a good decision to make, it was taken advantage of in a bad, bad way.
Of course.
So, needless to say, that's fixed, I guess, now. It's still happening. Like, to this day, there are still girls doing the stream where they put, like, a black bar over their nipples and their privates.
I've seen somebody put a screenshot of that on Twitter the other day.
Like, it's still going on. And, like, the thing that's annoying is that they get banned and then they make a new channel and then they just keep doing it. Because they can. Like, that's just how it works. Yeah. They're not IP banning you. They're pretty much just fucking, here you go.
Yeah.
Here's your profile. So, I don't know. It's crazy to me that they allowed it in the first place. Like, it was practically porn. For, like, the real life people that were, the artists were making actual porn, genuinely. Like, they were just straight up, like, furry porn on, like, the art page for, like, days. So it's fine if that's what you're into. It's just Twitch isn't the medium for that.
Yeah, that was bound to happen.
I don't know if there is a medium for that, sadly, either. That's that's kind of the shitty part. It's like, if
just go on Twitter, everything's allowed to be seen on there.
Yeah, but it's like, if you want to stream and, like, hang out and have a chat and, like, people can donate to you if they like your art, like, there's nowhere for you to do that. If you're, like, a sexual content maker.
Does Pornhub have a live?
Well, that's what I was saying. Like, in theory, if they had Pornhub live, that would be a thing, but I don't think they do. Plus, Pornhub's not a great site in the first place. Yeah. Like, you can get multiple viruses just by clicking on a video on their main page. Yeah. Which is abysmal, but beside the point, obviously. But yeah, that's the thing that happened on Twitch the past 2 weeks that fucking was wild, to say the least.
Super wild.
If you want to see a video of someone reacting to it, I did post it in our news channel. It is my favorite content creator, Will Neff, and he's just, like, scrolling through the different channels of what's happening, and, like, multiple times he just clicks on
I clicked it. I clicked it when you put it on there.
That's a cock! Yeah. Holy shit! Just, like, screaming. But that's done, thankfully.
You dirty, dirty, dirty streamers.
Yeah. But moving on from that, we got 2 more stories, and then we're going to wrap it up with our Christmas video.
Yeah.
That's inside of a podcast this year.
Our Christmas outro.
Christmas outro. The Last of Us. We talked about it a little bit earlier with the show. With all that success that came from that, both with the Game Awards and then just critical acclaim, you would think that Naughty Dog is heading in the right direction for game-wise. Turns out that's not true because they completely canceled their multiplayer game that has been in the works for the past probably 5-6 years, I think.
Yeah, for a while. At least since the start of Last of Us 2.
Yeah, so it's been constantly worked on. There were tons of leaked images that came out of the UI showing that there's a battle pass and a bunch of other stuff because I think it was like a live service
There's
game.
a battle royale mode, a battle pass, and a store.
Okay. So yeah, it was, Fortnite but Last of Us, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe even like, what's that one game that you liked and I wanted to play but I never did? Fuck. You're like on the street, you have a gun and you're running around and there's other players also on the street.
So every game.
Third person over the shoulder shooter game. Multiplayer online, but you're in a city. You played it before.
What did I play it on?
I don't know. I never watched you play it, but you said that you played it before, and I said I wanted to play it, and I never got to. You played it with
PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds?
No, fuck. What was it? It was like The Division.
Oh yeah, The Division.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah,
it looked similar to that. I would assume most likely, but a battle royale mode.
Yeah, I could see that.
So, but it got canceled completely. They put out an entire statement. I guess I won't read the entire thing. It's pretty long, but it pretty much says the multiplayer team has been in pre-production with this game since we were working on The Last of Us Part 2, crafting an experience we felt was unique and had tremendous potential. As the multiplayer team iterated on the concept of The Last of Us Online during this time, their vision crystallized, the gameplay got more refined and satisfying, and we were enthusiastic about the direction in which we were headed. In ramping up to full production, the massive scope of our ambitions became clear. To release and support The Last of Us Online, we'd have to put all our studio resources behind supporting post-launch content for years to come, severely impacting development on future single-player games. So we had 2 paths in front of us: become a solely live service game studio or continue to focus on single-player narrative games that have defined Naughty Dog's heritage. We're immensely proud of everyone in the studio that touched this project, the learnings and investments in technology that this game will carry into how we develop our projects and will be invaluable in the direction we are headed as a studio. We have more than one ambitious brand new single player game that we're working on here at Naughty Dog, and we cannot wait to share more about what comes next when we're ready. So that's wild to me. It's a lot of time, effort, and manpower you put into that, especially with these images showing that it was pretty much there. It looks this is gonna be fun. It looks better than the Suicide Squad's UI.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah. And this game's not coming out.
Yeah.
That's the crazy part.
This game looks like
I don't think I would have played it if I'm being honest, this game, The Last of Us Online.
I would have at least tried it.
Yeah, but I would be done after the first try, probably, I think.
You think so?
I don't know, man. I feel like The Last of Us does not lend itself to that type of game. Because it also doesn't make sense, a battle royale in The Last of Us world. You know?
It would obviously control different than a lot of battle royales.
Yeah. It's just weird.
But I think it would be like PUBG.
Yeah, but PUBG's PUBG, you know? We don't need...
Oh, no. But I think this would have been a better PUBG.
Oh, yeah, for sure. It would be a more polished one, but it's one of those things where I feel like, at least for PUBG, there's a charm in the way it looks. Yeah. It's kind of, it's not the best looking game in the world, but this one, it's... I feel like I'm glad that it got canceled, because I feel like it wouldn't have reviewed well, and it would have hurt them in the long run. Even with all the shit that they've learned from it and what they were saying, it's going to be invaluable.
You don't think this would have reviewed well?
I don't think so. Because it's a free-to-play battle pass bullshit. That's all it is. anytime you slap a battle pass on a game like that, I am shocked that Suicide Squad costs money and they have a battle pass in it. That's insane to me. Same thing with Call of Duty. None of these things should have a battle pass if I'm spending money on this game. I should just be able to
Even if it also has a campaign? Because Suicide Squad also has a campaign.
Yeah, but the campaign unlocks stuff in the battle pass for you. Like, there's no reason to have it.
But if the campaign is that fleshed out, you're still paying for a full-on game.
I'll pay for the campaign, but like expecting people to pay for the battle pass and continue playing the game
I get what you're
post-launch.
saying.
Like for Suicide Squad, I'm buying that game day one. I'm playing the story, and then I'm done. Just like I did Avengers. I had a good time with the story. It was a fun time for a Marvel story. Then I'm done. We play online as friends maybe once, maybe twice, not even fully the second time. And then I'm done. I crack the disc, literally.
I think, well, you know what? While we're here, something that got leaked, the last story that got revealed in our thing.
This is our last story of the news.
Well, no, this is a little side story to what we were just talking about real quick.
Oh, okay.
Suicide Kill the Justice League also leaked.
Oh, shit.
That's the last thing I put in here.
I did not see that one.
There's video footage of the campaign on social media. And Rocksteady put out a write-up. We're looking forward to players experiencing the story we've crafted in Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League once the game launches in the new year. We hope everyone can play the game and feel each moment of the narrative for themselves. It is very disappointing to see details being shared ahead of the game's release, so we can only urge you to try to avoid spoilers where you can, and please try not to impact the enjoyment of other players by posting spoilers. We look forward to seeing you all in Metropolis on February 2nd, 2024.
It's getting pushed back. I don't care what anyone says. It's not.
It got pushed back already.
Yeah, it's not going to come out that day. I tell you, it's going to get pushed back a month.
All right.
It will be.
I can see that happening.
Literally next month, like on like the 15th or 16th of January, Twitter's going to pop up and it's going to be like a "we're sorry" cyberpunk ass message from them, and it's going to be like, listen, we just need like an extra month of polish.
You see, Spider-Man did that. To push back their DLC and stuff.
I could see it happening.
And then the leak happened, which was that's horrible timing.
But for sure, I do like the quote tweet that's below the leaks are running rampant, where someone says, and still no one cares about it. Because that's true. I don't think I care about this game. But yeah, our last story. This has been a long time coming, but Grand Theft Auto 6 finally released their trailer.
Oh, man.
It was, I think, leaked the day before, too, right?
It was leaked the night before, so then Rocksteady just put it out. They were like, just here, we're just putting it out now. Because they had a whole countdown. It's coming out tomorrow morning at this time. Yeah. I was so happy it leaked. I sounds fucked up, but I was happy that the trailer leaked. Because that next day I had already started my new job in the office, and it isn't like my old job. So I was just like, I don't know where I could run to watch this.
You go to the bathroom and take a 30-minute shit. That's what you do.
But see, I'm too new.
No.
I mean, nature calls.
No one is
obviously
too new for a 30-minute shit.
It's my first shit.
You gotta christen that bitch.
But the trailer was going to leak at the time I had to be there. Like, it wasn't like I can't just walk in and be like, hold on, got a shit. Everybody, I don't know you. I don't know anybody. I got a shit. Bye. I couldn't do that.
I mean, you could. You'd be like, I really got to use the restroom real quick, if that's possible. And then they're just here from the fucking bah, 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 bah.
They just hear me out there like, oh shit. But yes, the GTA 6 trailer was released after it was leaked online. You game industry, y'all need to plug these leaks, man. Y'all are leaking everywhere.
Flex tape.
Yeah, flex tape. Get some of that shit. But it looks really good. This game was also leaked last year by the leaker who is now, what was he, in a hospital jail? So
an 18-year-old hacker got a bunch of videos, screen caps, and like screenshots of the game, leaked them online for GTA 6 a year beforehand. And the court trial just ended about a couple days ago. And it was found that apparently he has I don't know how they worded it weird in the description, but it was like he has a certain level of autism that doesn't allow him to be tried as an adult fully. Like some sort of like not understanding the scope of what he did, I guess, in theory. So instead of being arrested and put in jail, he is being arrested on a lifetime sentence in a like hospital-based jail, like a psychiatric ward, where he will be kept for the rest of his life.
His life. He got life.
Which is really crazy if you think about it. Like, especially for, it's kind of funny, like a game like Grand Theft Auto, where you're doing the most obscene shit in the world,
Yeah, right.
and not getting arrested.
Yeah.
And this guy just posts a couple pictures that he hacked from them, or a video or two, and he's gone.
Nah,
His life
it was
is
more
gone.
than a couple videos and a couple pictures. He posts like, I haven't even seen them all. Like, they were all over the place. There was a ton of like test footage and demo footage. And
I thought it was just like a few things.
no, it was just whole straight up play through of the game. Not play through, but
Damn.
play video gameplay. I'm trying to say of the game. Obviously, but at the time he leaked it, it was way less polished than what this trailer looks like.
I think it looks good.
It looks really good.
I'm really proud of myself too, because I've still never touched GTA 5 in my entire life.
Yo, play the campaign of GTA 5.
I don't wanna.
It's really fun. It's good.
I know it is, but like being able to say that I've never touched GTA 5 before, there's something about that I like. It's kind of like when straight edge people are like, I've never had weed, but I'm like, I need weed so that, don't want to do that.
Don't want to do that.
So like, I need the weed. But like not GTA 6 though. Like GTA 6 I'll play that cuz that story looks better than the one that's in GTA 5. I love the idea of a Bonnie and Clyde story so much.
That is the first lady you can play as in GTA.
Just that story is going to be so much fun. It's going to be like the movie In Time with Justin Timberlake but without the time part.
And the Timberlake.
Maybe Timberlake's in it, you never know.
I guess I don't know.
You see all the bullshit that came out of the trailer though? How people were like suing the company or trying to sue the company because they copied their likeness,
yeah.
which is the funniest one to me. There's a streamer that's also an OnlyFans creator, Peach Jars, and she looks like one of the, like the alligator chick with the like the aviators and the hat backwards.
Yeah.
It looks exactly like her. She just joked about it, and she was just like, look, I'm in the game, and I cosplayed as that character too. And then the guy with the tattoos on his face that was like, that's me! Because it's like, none of the tattoos were the same. Not a single one was the same. The only thing that was similar is that I guess he has like black around his eyes,
Yeah.
like with like I guess a raccoon look kind of or something. And it's like dripping.
Yeah.
The one in the trailer was just the solid black. It wasn't like the dripping at all. So I'm like, that's not the same thing, buddy.
Yeah, that's a great value you.
Yeah, that's Wish.com.
Yeah.
Well, no, you're Wish.com, Florida man. But still.
All these Floridian people.
I will say that it is funny that it's kind of based on Florida, though. That's fucking fun.
I just love the video that came out right after that of everybody having the side by side of what they referenced and then the trailer.
Oh, yeah. I really hope that there's a scene in the campaign somewhere where both you or like one of the characters gets really, really high and you're driving down the street with your car and in the passenger seat is a crocodile.
That'd
Just
be
like
great.
casually sitting there like a human, but with like aviators on his fucking face. And he's just like, it's all good, man. It's in you ever seen The Nice Guys with Ryan Gosling?
Oh, yeah.
Remember the scene with the bee?
Yeah.
In the car?
Yeah.
I want that.
That'd be
but
good.
in this game. It'd be so good.
That would be good. I can see them doing something like that.
For sure.
It's
yeah.
Grand Theft Auto. Like,
That'd be so good. Talking alligator? Fuck yeah.
I can see them doing that. Yeah. I think with this game, as far as that guy getting life, I will say if it's going to happen with any game,
Makes sense.
it's going to be Grand Theft Auto because this is the most high profile game. They still said 5 was the most expensive piece of not media, but big expensive video game ever, I think. And this one's bigger than that. So this, I guess we can already say that GTA 6 is probably the biggest, most expensive game ever made. I think it costs like $1 billion or something.
How much do you think the game costs when it comes out?
That's a whole nother thing they're talking about now.
Yeah, because I have a theory that it is not going to be $70.
It is not. I believe I don't know, 100, 120 bucks.
What do you think you get with that 120? Because the thing with GTA 5 that was one reason why I stayed away for so long was they just kept releasing more and more DLCs. And I was like,
But it was never campaign.
It wasn't campaign, but it's like once you're done the campaign, online is fun. You know, like GTA Online it's its own thing and it's its own game practically.
Yeah.
And you're constantly releasing DLC for. I want to play all that. Fuck yeah, I'm gonna play. That's so much money I gotta spend for that bullshit. If I wanted all those DLCs that came over of the course of 10 years,
there's no like.
There's probably like a deluxe edition, but it's like expensive, most likely.
I can't imagine that being so expensive right now.
We got to see this. I want to see what would it be like, the fucking deluxe edition.
But I thought all the everything that they put out was I thought it was like free.
I didn't think so.
All those like event updates. I think they're just like event updates.
I thought that there was like because they released like heists and shit.
Yeah, but I think that's just new in the game. Go to the heist.
Oh, I thought that you had to pay for it to
no,
access
no.
it. Really?
It's just a world that they keep expanding on. It's an ever-expanding thing.
I thought it was DLC in the way where it was like you had to pay for it. It's DLC still, technically, but let's see. What DLC do we got? We got the Criminal Enterprise Starter Pack on Steam.
You're paying for like the money. I know that. To buy like other shit.
I'm curious. I can't even get into the GTA 5 page because my Steam thinks that I'm like a child.
Little boy.
Yeah, it's just like, hey, go fuck yourself. The premium edition is only $20, so maybe.
I'm about to say, there's no way it costs that much money.
Well, you know what? I still haven't played it, and I'm not gonna.
Okay,
never gonna play this game.
This man's on his high horse till 6 comes out.
I watched the story on YouTube back when it came. I didn't have a console when it came out. To be fair, I think I had a what's it called? I had a PS3 still. When
it came out.
I thought it came out on PS4.
No, I mean it did.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It started on PS3. This game has lasted generations.
I genuinely thought it came out on PS4. That era.
No, I had it on PS3. I have the PS3 box around here somewhere. But yeah,
I just missed it completely. That sucks. Oh well. Well,
that game got me through stuff. That game came out at a time where like there was women I was talking to, and then they both kind of fell through. Like obviously I was in a relationship, like I was just talking, and one was a little further along than another one, so one dropped off, and I was like, all right, well I'm talking to this girl, and then that dropped off, and I just remember being in my house at that point, just like, well, I'm playing GTA 3 for the foreseeable future, and I was doing kind of how you said, like I'm working. I'm playing GTA 3.
Go to the gym and then
I'm going to the gym and I'm going to... That was my life.
Yeah. Guess what? I'm living your life right now. God damn. Oh, man. But, yeah, that's our last episode of the year.
Yeah, man.
So,
there's other smaller headlines. Maybe we'll get to them on the next one. But we really wanted to cover, like, the heavy hitters. Plus, this is our Christmas episode, so we had to make time for that.
We're also at 1 hour and 20 minutes plus right now. So, we'll get it shorter with time. We swear.
We swear.
But that being said, the Christmas outro. You know what? I think we should make it the outro entirely. So let's do the shilling, and then let the theme song play, and then whoever decides to stay for Christmas can stay for Christmas.
All right, stay for Christmas with us if you want.
Take us out, yeah.
Well, everybody, we hope you had fun. We hope you had fun catching all these leaks in your house.
Ew.
That does sound nasty. But as always, you can find us if you want to find us, which you should find us. If you're watching this, you should find us everywhere. Save letter B number 4 quitting on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube. Titty. Not like the Twitch titties. They got rid of those now.
They're not allowed anymore.
You can't have those anymore.
Our titties are still allowed.
They are.
You can buy them on our merch store.
Do it.
Quittingfullyspelledout.com.
Yeah, it's on a shirt, but you know. That got weird. Also, you can email us at savebeforequitting@gmail.com. Savebeforequitting all the way spelled out at gmail.com. Want some merch? Savebeforequitting all the way spelled out.com.
Get those embroidered hoodies, yo.
Get these hats, hoodies, cups, socks. Right? They're still there.
Yeah, they're still there.
All right.
I don't think they're good socks, to be honest. I'm trying to wait until they get a better pair of socks, and these ones are just like, here's the logo on them, and that's it. I kind of want like a design.
All right, makes sense.
But I'll do that.
Go get the shitty socks before we put up the good ones.
Yeah, I think only one person has ever bought them ever.
I'll buy them. I'm gonna buy those shitty socks. Discord. Join the Discord, please, and thank you. Join the Discord to get a heads up on all the news and all these headlines that we talk about on this show, or have fun with us, or post your gym workouts. Post what you've been watching, what you've been playing. Just join us in some fun convos in the Discord.
Post what you got for Christmas.
Post what you got. Got.
In the weekly pickups.
Yeah, we have a weekly pickup section, so you can post what you're buying, what you're playing, et cetera. Patreon. We have a Patreon. There's so much content on the Patreon. Go watch that fun content. A lot of behind the scenes stuff, a lot of personal stuff. Some gameplay is on there. We had some fun on our Patreon. Join our Patreon.
We got to do another one of those because I got some updates on the personal shit.
Oh, yeah, it's time.
Yeah.
It is time. It's been a lot of behind the scenes stuff lately, but we're going to have some personal time now on the Patreon. Yeah. And yeah, man, we really hope you enjoyed that and enjoy that stuff and enjoyed this episode. But before you start leaking
and before 2024,
make sure you have a happy new year, but also save before quitting.
And we'll see you next year.
Peace.
Bye. Welcome to the outro. Mm-hmm. This is normally just us shooting the shit, but this time it's more official.
Oh, yeah.
I want to preface my Christmas gifts to you. Your boy down bad for money this year.
You ain't gotta explain that to me, man. I got a new person I have to buy for now.
Yeah. I made a decision. By the time this is out, it'll already be opened. Mm-hmm. But I bought a PS5 for my brother as like
Good
his
move.
gift, and that's like the most expensive thing I bought this year, and it was practically all of my fund for the year. Mm-hmm. But it's all good. It was funny because I got it because it was kind of selfish as well. I'm like, I want to play more games with him, so if I buy him a PS5,
perfect way to do it.
He has to play.
He does.
Because if he doesn't play, how dare you let me spend $500 and not play what I did?
That's an expensive dust collector.
That's a TikTok. So do you want to start, or do you want me to start? Or do we want to go back and forth?
We'll go back and forth. How many gifts do you have?
I have a total of 2.
Same. Again, that's perfect. Okay. So that we can kind of go back and forth.
Sounds good. I'm going to start with the good one of the 2, then. And do not look at the wrapping, please.
I mean, I sucked at rapping too. Oh boy.
Don't look at the wrapping.
Oh! No.
It is kind of ugly.
I can't do better than that. I make my mom wrap my stuff. Ooh, it's a flower light from Mario.
Little desk light.
Little desk light.
They had all the other ones that are on the back, but I'm like, the flame, like that or the star was the best one in my mind. And I thought that was cooler because
this
fire.
Is cool. You know? It's fire.
Yeah. So I thought that would be a better option between the ones that were there.
I like it, and thank you.
Hell yeah.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, I'll give you...
That's another thing I didn't get is tissue paper. I don't know if you noticed
that.
Because
I can't wrap shit. That's why I do it like that.
I gave Trenton his gift today, and I was just like, here, it's in a bag.
No, that's the perfect way to do it.
It's part the... More green, man.
Green is the color.
What we got? What we got? Ages 14 and up. Joy Lords. What is this?
Yeah, you might have to open it.
Oh God. Okay.
If you can.
Let's see. Shout for joy is what it says on it.
I'm actually surprised you don't know what it is because I thought you're more in the realm of this gift than I am.
Really?
So I was just like, I hope he likes it, number 1, and he's probably going to recognize the brand, number 2, but I guess not. I just assumed you would. I didn't know for sure.
I do not recognize the brand. I still have no clue what it is for context. This is you get me a necklace? Just, like the fucking like holiday movies where the necklace boxes are like this? All right, let's see. Oh, shit.
I just thought it was a dope ass design.
And they're bloody.
Yeah, that's why.
That's sick. Hell yeah, man. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm glad you like it because I was like, I hope he.
Woo. I'm going to use these in my next campaign. Well, actually, I have cheese dice for my next campaign because I'm going to be a chef.
Hey, you got them though.
These are going to be for when I turn evil eventually. Thank you very much. This is
You're
awesome.
welcome.
I got to get B-roll of all of this after we're done recording, too.
Yeah.
Make sure I don't take the lights down.
The whole time I was just like, oh, what if he has these? He's probably seen these before.
I've never even heard of the... I thought... Can I give you an honest thing of what I thought this was? You seen the thing on TikTok where it's like a stick, like a metal rod, and then the base, and it plays music.
Oh, yeah.
And then you stick the shrimp on it.
Yeah.
I thought that's what it was because of the design on there.
Oh, no.
I thought it was like you were going to be like, and here's a bag of shrimp.
That would be...
And I was like, yes.
That would be the wildest episode of the show if I'm handing off shrimp.
I genuinely thought that's what it was. And I'm like, okay, I'll play some fun music on this or something. All right, so this gift I have to preface for you. So I saw this and I wasn't going to get it.
Okay.
But then I thought it'd be really funny.
All right.
Because, listen, you got a favorite. And sometimes you need to rep your favorite.
Oh, shit.
That's the back, just so you know. That's the back of the box. The other side is the front, where the opening is. Hell yeah, man.
Well, now I have to do an entire episode with this on me.
Yeah. You got a shuriken, you got a katana, you got a mask, and you get a figure, too.
I do get a figure. That is a plus.
And it's your boy, Leo. So, hell yeah.
Oh, no, I got to set this up, like, in a dope way. I got to have this be part of something somehow. I'm Leo.
Fun fact, this is in the TMNT new line of figures. This is the only way...
Well, I guess the TV's not important right
I'm
now.
not going to do that for the outro.
Yeah.
This is the only figure in the line that has the pure white eyes. All the
really?
other ones that are released in the main line have the pupils. This is the only way you can get it with like just the white eyes.
Oh shit.
So like that's why I saw the figure and I'm
dope.
like, that's kind of cool. I like that shit because that was like my favorite shit from the Nicktoons
I love
animated
that
one.
That design is the
so
design.
Good. But yeah, man, that's
Thank you.
Yeah,
I really like it.
it includes battle ready Leo.
I mean,
time to turtle up as Leonardo.
If you ask me, that's the only way to turtle up.
Hell yeah.
All right, now this I'll let you. I didn't wrap. It's just under tissue in here.
Oh,
so I'm just gonna let you.
In the green bag.
Now this is something. I was trying to find a creative gift. It's not really a joke or funny gift. Mm-hmm. Well, it's funny in a way, but I thought that like this will hit you in your heart, your nostalgia.
Okay, I'm feeling it. It's some sort of fabric.
Yes.
I'm gonna do that and that. More green.
That's the color, man.
Is this what I think it is? Finkel is Einhorn.
I feel like we say Jim Carrey lines a lot.
Yeah, man.
And I was like, this is great. This is great.
You know what I want to do with this? I really just want to get like those fucking frames.
Oh,
where
the
you put it
glass
in,
frames?
And I have the Ace Ventura business card from the figure and just put it next to
It's
it.
perfect.
Yeah, and put it on the wall or something. That's fucking awesome. Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome.
And finally, I do have a third one that I lied.
Oh, you lying ass. I don't got nothing else.
But it's good because it kind of goes in line with this Leonardo, to be honest with you. So what happened is I was at the store.
He's about to shoot me.
I was at the store and I was buying something for someone else. And I was like, you know what? This is a great opportunity to get that person and that other person in the height of a certain game as Leonardo. If you remember, at the first Christmas video we ever did,
That's what I'm thinking of.
I received a $1,000 V-Bucks gift card, and now I'm passing it on to you.
This is
so
full
you can play
circle.
Fortnite.
Well, I'm going to buy Leonardo.
You
now.
need to because I think he leaves the store after tomorrow.
Shit.
So you gotta like turn that PS5
I really
on.
gotta dust that thing off.
Yeah, either that or on PC. But yeah. So I got you some V-Bucks because you can be Leonardo while being Leonardo.
I feel like I have to stream like that now.
You do.
Be terrible at Fortnite, but have this mask on and play as Leonardo.
That's the beauty of it. We're just going to have we're going to do some racing. We're going to do some motherfucking Guitar Hero, which is fun as shit. And you'll be Leo up on the stage slapping the bass.
That's what I do. That's what I do when I'm Leo.
But that's Christmas.
That is Christmas. That was a good one.
That was a good one. Nice, like, simple one.
It wasn't super elaborate like last year where we kind of really went in.
Yeah.
You're wearing one, yeah.
And you're behind you.
What?
You're in the figure.
Oh, yeah. I am behind me. So, yeah, I think that was a good one. That was a good, simple Christmas.
I'm glad this wasn't the thing for the shrimp.
I am too.
Yeah, because while that would have been fun, these are cool. And I'm going to roll the fuck out of these. And I'm going to hit all the nat ones because I'm terrible at D&D.
I really was like, he's going to know what this is as soon as he opens it.
I don't even think it says, like, oh, no, it says D&D dice right there. And I just missed it completely.
Well, good. I'm glad you missed it.
I don't know how to read.
But does it say it on the front?
No. It just says Joy Lord.
All right, well.
That's when it said shout for joy, that's what made me think it was the shrimp thing. So I'm like, oh, it's like a musical thing. Like it's going to make music with a shrimp.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's going to make music on the table when I'm killing flumps.
When you're getting evil. Yeah. I with that, I was like, all right, I'm trying to find something to get him. And I was running out of time.
Oh, yeah, same.
Because I was like, okay, it has to get delivered to me by the time we record and before Christmas.
Yeah.
Because there was other things that I had in mind.
Oh, shit.
But it was all like, won't be delivered till after Christmas. And it wasn't like something I could just go to the store and get. Mm-hmm. And I don't want to give those away because I might use those same things. Because while the Finkel jersey is funny,
yeah,
I had a great, another like, fuck you joke gift. But it wouldn't have been.
Finkel is Einhorn. I can't believe. I thought it. You know what I thought it was at first? I thought it was a Mighty Ducks jersey.
Damn, that's a pretty good idea.
Yeah, I thought it was like the ducks fly together or some bullshit. And I was like, okay, I see you. That's a good one. And then I saw fucking Finkel, and I'm like, motherfucking Dolphins, man. God damn, that's so fucking good. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you, man. Yeah. Very thoughtful. I'm gonna sit this. This is gonna be part of my like. I'm trying to set up plan out the behind me setup. Right. I'm gonna put this back there.
Hell yeah, a little light up fire, boy. Well, it has been a good year. Thank you guys for sticking around. If you stuck around for this Christmas part of the video, it's not an official video. I don't know if I can cut this up into its own video, to be honest. I feel like this is just natural, and we're just gonna leave it here.
All right, that's fine with me
for the people. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's it.
Yeah, man.
Okay, bye.
Appreciate you guys.
Go fuck yourself.
The end.
Oh, man.